Welcome back to another discussion on 12 Rules for Life by Dr. Peterson. This is Rule 2 in the book, and the facts that lead up to why he says what he says are naturally layered and buried deep, not as straightforward as you may want it to be. So, there is a sociological, psychological, and in fact, some bit of humanitarian history that goes into why we behave the way we do. Trust me, it's interesting to indulge in it as a story, but is that the real reason why some of us fail to take better care of ourselves? Well, honestly, I'm not too sure. So, with utmost, and I mean it, the utmost respect to our concentration span and your time, I intend on getting the most straightforward facts first, while we cover the narrative later. So, the rule goes something like treat yourself like you're someone responsible for helping. It's a very straightforward rule to put forth, and indeed a hard one to follow. The interesting thing about this is he accepts the arduous nature of the task. Throughout the story, he explains why we slack in taking care of ourselves, but go over and beyond to help and take care of our loved ones. Every story that you read definitely has to have a takeaway, and especially when it comes to self-help, you want to take something that you can implement, that you can reflect on, and carry with you through your life. So, this chapter has a foundational argument which states that we take care of others more than we do of ourselves. And this kind of boils it down to him saying, treat yourself like you're someone responsible for helping. And he gives quite a good reason to do that. Let's wait for that. So this point may be very specific to individuals, and honestly, it boils down to the situation and circumstances that they're surrounded with. So imagine we lived in a house with a sick parent, a sick relative, or even a sick pet for that matter. Obviously, you're going to be slightly more selfless. You're going to be tending to their needs over yours, at least at that point of time, in that time frame. But no, that's not what he's talking about, and at least not in a superficial sense anyway. So the question is, how many times do you put yourself first? How many times do you put your needs first? Put your health first? Are you really taking care of yourself with as much zeal, zest, and passion as you would do for your pet or the person that we're talking about in this context? So that's the real question. That's what he's penning down to. And by saying this, I'm not saying he's meaning for you or for me to be a narcissistic drone. No, not remotely. So this happens with a lot of people across relationships of any kind. Pet owners are quick to be disturbed if their pets fall ill, or spouses can be worried about each other for a variety of reasons. And the point I'm trying to drive here is this isn't wrong necessarily speaking, but it's just important that we kind of prioritize ourselves as well from time to time. It isn't so uncommon, because if it was so, then there wouldn't be a rule about it. So it's not wrong, but it's just equally important that you help yourself just as much you would help someone else. And truth to be told, the whole story he strings together to kind of cook up to the point where he says, you should take care of yourself, like you are someone responsible for helping. I didn't quite get it, but I do understand the rule. It does make sense to me. I've done it a lot of times, and I'm sure you've done it in your own sense. You must have for sure taken care of someone else, put someone else ahead of you, and that's not wrong again, but the point is you need to do that for yourself as well. So somewhere during the read, he says you owe it to the world to take care of yourself. This just isn't about you. And I think this also makes perfect sense. If you don't take care of yourself enough, people around you are going to suffer, right? And you don't want that for them. So ultimately, the rule states to take care of yourself as if you were someone responsible for helping, not just in context of your health, but across all aspects. So guys, do take care of yourself. Do it for me at least. And do it for those around you. So pick up the book for a better read, obviously, and this is all the gist you need to get freed from this video at least. Have a nice day, guys. Thank you for watching.